welcome to the Red Dirt Road podcast. I'm your host, Marshall Farnsworth, here with Alex Breitenbach and Ian, how do you say your last name again?
It's Krochak.
Okay.
Good Ukrainian name.
He's a Canadian country musician. If you want to say a couple of things about yourself and your music.
You bet. And thanks for having me on, guys. This is awesome. My name is Ian Krochak. I'm from Niverville, Manitoba, Canada. So right smack dab in the middle of the country right now. I'm a country rock singer-songwriter. Got influenced a lot by like the Tom Petty and I like the new stuff, the Luke Combs and all that stuff. But So primarily a lot of acoustic stuff. I'm just releasing my new song, Drive Steady, after a bit of a hiatus from music. And I'm just dealing with the quarantines and the pandemic like everybody else, I guess. Just keeping the day job, keeping the routine, doing the homeschooling thing, but using music is a good diversion right now. So, good to be here, guys.
Yeah, nice. Thanks for coming out. We really appreciate it.
Thanks.
Awesome. So we're going to talk about this Kix Brooks song. And then Ian is going to play the song that I just mentioned, Drive Steady. So this song, Way Up North Around Shreveport, second song off of Kix Brooks' self-titled 1989 album. It is the shortest song on the album, 2 minutes, 45 seconds, written by Kix Brooks and Don Cook. I didn't know this, but Don Cook he was a big part of the success of Brooks and Dunn. He co-wrote Brand New Man, and apparently he also produced 13 of Brooks and Dunn's number one songs. So that was pretty interesting. The song, it starts out, I really like the intro. It's got like a funky kind of a bass, adds in some piano. Kix Brooks, he goes 1, 2, 3, 4, and then kind of the whole band jumps in for about 20 seconds, and then basically the whole song, in the first verse, he meets a girl in New York City, and the woman says that she won't talk to a gator man from Louisiana. Brooks responds by saying that he's from northern Louisiana, around Shreveport, and then he talks about his cousin a little bit, being from southern Louisiana, and how he talks so much different than him, and basically the whole song is comparing the southern Louisiana to northern Louisiana, saying how much different it is. I also noticed that there is not really much of a true chorus in the song. Just a little bit where he says way up north around Shreveport, I guess is maybe considered the chorus. My opinion of the song is that I liked it. I particularly liked the writing and how he kind of compared northern and southern Louisiana, which I've never been to. So that's always kind of cool, comparing the different parts of the state no one from out of state really probably knows about. And I like the funk intro a lot. So Alex, what did you think about the song?
Yeah, well, I mean, just going off of what you said, I mean, I think that I really, really like this song. Better than Highways and Heartaches, actually. This is probably my favorite song on the album thus far that we've broken down. And honestly, it piqued my interest because it's like, way up north around Shreveport. So I wanted to figure out what that was. So I looked it up, and it's actually a pretty cool little like city town like area in Louisiana. It's pretty distinct, which is what's so cool about, the how he juxtaposes, like, north versus southern Louisiana, even, like, just about that sectionalism, like, oh, no, I don't speak like down on the bayou. I'm from way up north. Like, I ain't no gator man and nothing like that. So but I generally, overall impression, a really good song, pretty good lyrics. I did like the fact that there was no consistent chorus to it. I like that, how it keeps, just repeats different things, so it's not repetitive in that sense, but it's definitely a very good song, and I liked it. And it definitely had, I really, really liked, a highlight again, the bluesy vibe from it this time off that album. So it's good work. I really liked it.
What do you think of the song, Ian?
Yeah, no, I agree with you guys. Like, you know what? Full disclosure, I never heard the song until I was researching it for the podcast. But that's what jumped out at me too, was just the bluesy vibe to it, which made me kind of think, like, you know, is Kix Brooks, like, is he kind of shows his influences there, because they were just kind of shining through for sure. And I definitely like the way they added the piano. Like, I guess as a guy who just stepped out of the studio to, and by no stretch of imagination am I an expert in production, but I could tell it was really solid production on the song for sure. Just the way it builds. And I agree with you guys. I love the idea that there was no kind of strong chorus, like no distinct chorus. Just makes it super unique. It's one of those unique songs. Like he said, obviously so many hits, but this is kind of a diamond in the rough, this song. I enjoyed it.
Yeah. Like it.
I liked it. I was listening to the first song from last week, and then you go into this song and you're hit with that really unexpected intro. But I like funk music a lot, so I really enjoyed it. And again, you know, these songs couldn't find the lyrics at all, pretty much online. Did you guys find it?
No, couldn't find them anywhere.
No,
Tempted
I looked
to
everywhere, man.
I'm tempted to
People
write the
on
lyrics
Shazam and
myself,
stuff.
just put them on there somewhere, but I don't know.
We should honestly start doing that. Do ourselves a courtesy to the rest of the world that wants to find out these lyrics.
Yeah, I think there's
well written.
Yeah, there's most of these songs. In fact, on I went. Well, this song's on Spotify, but I went on YouTube. Kix Brooks posted it, and he didn't even have the lyrics on his site. So I don't even know if anyone has the lyrics.
No, definitely not. I mean, but it's kind of a shame, because it actually is a very well written song. I know it gets the vibe, like, you know, I guess it's the imagery when these guys write these lyrics, like, it kind of take you into what region he's talking about. You can kind of just picture some heat. You're somewhere in Louisiana. Like, it's actually, he paints a really good picture, you know. Same thing. I mean, I went to Wikipedia. I was looking up the places he was talking about. I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. You know, like he's talented, big time talent.
Yeah.
Well, definitely.
It definitely shows. I think this whole album kind of shows like the potential, because, you know, it's just like 2 years later, Brooks and Dunn had Brand New Man, which was, you know, they had, but half the songs in the album were hits. So it's like that didn't come from nothing, you know. So this whole kind of album, I think, kind of had a little, you know, some potential mixed in it.
Absolutely.
So
yeah, you know, and they're still around. I mean, these guys still, that shows you the talent they got. They're just still around, reinventing themselves. It's wicked.
yeah, they came out with, Ronnie Dunn had about I think he had 3 albums in the 2010s, and Kix Brooks had an album, and then they're supposed to be going on tour this year, so they're still kicking.
Yeah.
So that is Way Up North Around Shreveport by Kix Brooks. Ian, if you want to do the honors, play this really awesome country rock song, Drive Steady.
Hear it.
Sure. Thanks, guys. 2, 3, 4. Hop on the 60 ticket, driving to the country. Feels like I've been here before. The setting sun makes me think about my dear old dad. He says, you gotta keep a little money in your pocket. In this Bible, there's no getting around. You spin your wheels on the doubles and the back ups and drive steady. Keep on every foot on the gas. Hey, hey. I'm heading west to the foothills of the mountain. I got the wind of my back. Feel it grip me like the scrape back up the hills. Mom, I'm moving on. She says, you gotta keep a little money in your pocket. In this my brothers don't get wrong. You spin your wheels on my thermals and the back ups and drive steady. Keep my every foot on the gas. and you'll see no straight lines to your dreams. Drive steady, 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 drive steady. You gotta keep a little money in your pocket. In this Bible, there's no guarantee. Spin your wheels on motorboats and the lockups and drive. Just drive. You gotta keep a little money in your pocket. In this Bible, there's no guarantees. Spin your wheels on motorboats and the lockups and drive. Steady, drive, steady. Keep a little foot on the gas. Hey, hey. Hey, hey. Hey, hey. Hey, hey. Hey, hey.
Like that.
Thanks, guys.
Awesome.
Those are great.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I probably listened to the song 2 or 3 times probably today. So
Yeah.
Right
it's
on.
definitely it's one of those songs when you start listening to it, you kind of it's definitely relatable too, because I like the part where it's like got to keep a little money in your pocket. That's
Oh yeah.
that's always important. It's like happiness main key, but got to have a little money in your pocket. So I don't know if
for sure.
that's,
It's funny you say that, because it's like I think that's the line that people pick out, and I don't know if it's just I don't know, maybe it's the stuff that we're going through right now. Everybody's kind of socking the money away, and there's a lot of financial certainty. So I know those life lessons for me for sure. And I wrote the song about my parents basically driving, like all that reflection in the car, right? So right now it's kind of like more than ever. Save the pennies for sure. Even though I wrote the song many months ago, it seems like it's ringing true right now.
so you wrote the song like earlier this year or end of last year?
Yeah, I wrote it like probably last October. I started writing again. And most of the time writing for me is like really difficult. Mostly because writing songs is difficult. It's rare that it just kind of, you get this moment of inspiration and you're just banging away a great song. I think for me, it's just, there's so many other things of life nipping at my heels with work and family. But this song actually came together literally in like probably a couple of days, which was interesting. So, it's 4 chords throughout the whole song, pretty well the same. So the challenge was to, start with one melody in the verse and change the melody in the chorus and kind of keep and build it as we go. And that was definitely the challenge in the studio when we recorded it, just to make sure that it sounded a bit different in the choruses as well, and just kind of really crescendo the song,
Yeah. Nice. That's awesome. Again, thank you so much for coming out. And I really, that's also one of the reasons I like, just having new, like up and coming, like budding country artists, and even like some already accomplished country artists, just to, hear what they have to say, and, what they show us a little bit of their work. And I mean, this is honestly, like, I listened to it a couple times. It's even better in person. So thank you.
Oh,
Thank
thanks,
you very
guys.
much. Really.
I appreciate the opportunity. It's great chatting with you guys for sure. Best of luck with this podcast too.
Yeah.
Thanks. Yeah, it's definitely a niche thing, kind of Brooks and Dunn fans, but then I want to incorporate other kind of country, like having some country artists be guests, and then we also are having some country classic songs every now and then. We did a Hank Williams Jr.
family
and then
tradition.
we got
right on.
I don't even know what the next one will be. We haven't decided yet. So
that's awesome.
We'll think of it.
Let me ask you, who do you think? We did Family Tradition by Hank Williams Jr. Who do you think maybe next, big, can't miss country song do you think we should do?
Oh, jeez. It's a really good question, man. Jeez, you're on the spot. I don't know. I mean, are you guys sticking with you guys are doing the new stuff, or are you sticking with the old stuff? Like, what's the...
I think I'm probably open to all, I like some of the newer stuff. Luke Combs, like you mentioned, love Luke Combs, Morgan Wallen. I definitely
yeah.
like probably the 90s and 2000s is I listen to it the most, but then I also am trying to get into am discovering more and more of the older country artists. So really any that I think you know are going to be around hits for a while. Can't miss
Yeah.
it. Those are the ones we want to cover.
For sure. It's funny, like, having a couple of seconds to think about it. It's like, I think that's what I like about Luke Combs, and I love Eric Church, just because I think those guys, you say like they have longevity. Like these guys are going to be around for, my kid's 8 years old. He's going to be listening to Luke Combs and Eric Church for a number of years. Also, I like Dirk Bentley too, because these guys are just great songwriters, especially Eric Church. I mean, you hear his songs, even Luke Combs, which is I think one of the reasons why Brooks and Dunn they have an affinity for these young upcomers, because they're just great songwriters, and their sound is kind of timeless, right? And they're talented as hell too, right? So
Eric Church, I haven't listened to him a whole lot, but there's been some people that I know that have kind of have told me a little bit more about Eric Church, saying I got to be listening to him a little bit more. So I might start doing that.
Love
for
Eric
sure.
Church. It's a good. Eric Church is one of the greats, and I'm an avid fan as well. So,
That's awesome. Chris Stapleton too. Chris Stapleton's another guy that, again, super uber talented, writes his own music, super talented singer. Yeah. There's a lot out there.
Awesome. So that's about it for the Red Dirt Road podcast this week. Thanks, Ian, being on the show. We'll see you guys next week.
See you then. Thank you very much, Ian.
Thanks, guys. Cheers.